good afternoon, and a very warm welcome to all participants and jury members to the Ethiopia of the AIM Startups Virtual Pitch Competition 2020. My name is Kritika, and I will be your host for today's event. Let me first start off saying thank you to all our participants for patiently waiting for today's competition. As we all know, the platform, along with the competition, was originally organized to take place to be held in March as a physical event and was since postponed due to COVID-19 pandemic outbreak and the nationwide lockdown. AIM Digital 2020 will now be delivered digitally and virtually to our global audience on October 20th till the 22nd. I would like to thank Dubai Startup Hub, Ethiopian Ministry of Innovation and Technology, and Entrepreneurship Development Center for choosing to resume our partnership with AIM and the Ministry of Economy of the United Arab Emirates in our journey to discover disruptive companies and competitive solutions with the Ethiopia startup ecosystem. AIM, short for the Annual Investment Meeting, is the largest investment platform in the world. As an initiative of the UAE Ministry of Economy, AIM has been promoting a healthier global economy by linking investment opportunities to the fast-growing economies under several key pillars: foreign direct investment, foreign portfolio investment, small and medium enterprises, future cities, One Belt and One Road, a special event, and startups, which is our key focus for today. We are excited to listen to each and every startup they'll be presenting today, their company's product and service, as they compete for a chance to represent Ethiopia at the AIM Global 2020 Champions League, Startup Champions League at AIM Digital later this year. To officiate this competition, I would like to invite Mr. Omar Abdul Aziz Khan, Director of International Offices, Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to say a few words on behalf of the co-organizers. Mr. Omar, the stage is yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are around the world. On behalf of Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and of course, the Dubai Startup Hub, as well as the international offices in cooperation with the AIM and the Ministry of Innovation and Technology, as well as the Entrepreneurship and Development Center, we've all teamed up here to put this event together because it's something that's very important. It's a platform to create a stepping stone for the youth of Ethiopia and the youth of the wider region in Africa. And this is something that Dubai Chamber and the rest of our partners are very committed to, as Africa is a very strategic partner. Our trade with Africa year on year for non-oil trade, of course, is averaging about $40 billion a year. Ethiopia takes about $708 million of that. But this platform is more about the future. And I'll say why. We were asked when we were talking about this competition, well, what is the prize? The youth need an incentive. And I have one word with you for the prize. It's the future. And I'll say why. Recently, we're very proud to have had another unicorn come out of UAE. I don't know if you know the brand, it's called InstaShop. It's a grocery application that connects all the small mom and pop shops around Dubai and even wider, to connect them to customers, to help them compete against the big supermarket brands. A few weeks ago, and during the COVID lockdown, they actually excelled. They met the challenges and they beat the big competitors when it came to delivery of their logistics. They could deliver in 1 to 2 days within the lockdown, while other supermarkets were taking 12 days, up to 2 weeks. So again, in this very difficult time, they showed what technology can do, what innovation, what the youth can do. And we're very happy to announce that. And by the way, I'm not getting paid by them, but I believe in their product. I believe in using them. But recently, a European publicly traded company called Delivery Hero purchased InstaShop. And they purchased it for $360 million US. Now, why I mention this is because one of the founders is from Romania, another founder is from Greece. So I asked myself, why can't the next ones be from Ethiopia? Why can't the next ones be from Uganda, Rwanda, Ghana, Nigeria? And this is our goal, and this is why we're putting this stepping stone here and cooperating with AIM and the rest of our partners to do. And that is our goal, and that's something we want to see in the coming 1 to 2 years from the young people, you that are competing today, and those, even if you did not qualify today, try and try again, develop your product, ask questions, take the feedback and learn from the failures to get better and better. Failures can be one of the best teachers in life. So with that, I don't want to take too long with today's proceedings. I just want to say congratulations today for you for being here to pitch your products, your companies, and you becoming and working with Dubai and Dubai Chamber. I mean, both are platforms that are going to energize your product. They're going to support it. They're going to allow you to test it. They're going to allow you to compete and refine your product. And once it's successful, you can go to Africa, to India, and all kinds of different destinations that we are connected to, hopefully with your solutions in the next few years. And we'll be very proud to have a joint unicorn come out of Ethiopia as well as Dubai. So thank you once again, and best of luck to all of you. Take care.
Thank you very much, Mr. Omar, for your kind words. And now we will basically proceed to introduce you to the juries for today's competition. Our first jury for today is Ms. Natalia Sashiva, who's the Business Manager for Entrepreneurship Dubai Chamber. The second jury that we have for today is Mr. Henok Laik, who's the Business Development and Innovation Services Manager for EDC Ethiopia. Our third jury for today is Professor Emilio Escartin, Professor of Islamic Finance, IE Business School, and Speaker of World Economic Forum 2020. And the fourth jury that we have for today is Dr. Fekade Getahum, Senior Strategic Advisor of FDRE Ministry of Innovation and Technology. To all the jury members, thank you so much for carving out time from your busy schedule to be a part of this competition. Before we hand over the floor to our first presenter, let us recap on the format and rules of the pitching competition. First, each startup will be given 5 minutes for the pitch, followed by another 5 minutes Q&A session with our panel of juries. Second, timekeeping for the 5 minutes pitch will be managed via on-screen, the chat box. However, please note that the timekeeping for the 5 minutes Q&A will also be managed on the chat room box by the organizing team due to the platform, since we're only allowed to share one screen at a time on Zoom. Third, kindly refrain from posting any messages, including promotional materials, in the chat room unless you're a jury member or part of the organizing team. Startups are allowed to use the chat box unless they're facing any technical issues. Only then you can post in the chat box. Fourth, in order to ensure minimal disruption throughout the competition, keep yourself on mute at all times unless you're the speaker. Fifth, scoring by the juries for each startup will take place right after the presentation and the Q&A session. Jury members, as soon as you're done scoring the company, please post a message in the chat box stating done. Finally, the overall scores will be tallied at the end of the competition, followed by the announcement of the winner and the national champion during the closing segment of the competition. If any participants happen to come across any technical difficulties, please do refresh your web browser or log out and log back in again. Otherwise, please switch to another web browser. Zoom is supported by Google Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Microsoft Edge. All right, without further ado, let's begin the competition. We have our first contestant here who will be representing Orbit Health. Mr. Kendeya, are you present? Mr. Kendeya?
Yes, I'm present.
All right, great. May I please request you to please even put on your camera? We would love to see all the people who are presenting the startups from Ethiopia today.
All right. Hey, so I'm here. My name is Kendeya. I'm the Global Business Development Director at Orbital, and I'm here with our CEO, Mr. Pazian Chernet, and he'll be presenting, and I'll be chiming in on that. Hello.
All right, so the floor is yours and you may share your screen now. All the best.
Thank you.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I represent Orbit Health, one of the leading innovator in digital health. My name is Pazian Chernet. I'm the CEO of Orbit Health. Our company has established in the last 5 years. We've been privileged enough to learn, understand, and tackle the most critical challenge of society, which is one of the economic pillar of any nation, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa, which is a healthy society, is a productive society. One of the core challenge that we've actually observed and understood and then actually set an action to really tackle is the access to quality care versus available qualified care providers are astoundingly dispersed. The data shows that for every given single doctor, there are over 20,000 patients. That ratio sounds crazy, but if you live in sub-Saharan Africa, the reality kind of hits home, and there is no single family that would like to experience his loved ones go through trying to access these quality care providers. So being able to find the right doctor at the right time is the most chronic challenge. So we wanted to tackle that problem. And also, once you see a doctor, the lack of continuity in the care delivery framework is another challenge we've actually observed from the get-go. And we determined this to be our mission, to be able to actually build bridges using digital health solutions. The other aspect is really the lack of available drugs or medicines when it's needed. And we are also designing a system that will streamline such challenge. Hence, being powered with this great mission and vision to tackle such big problem, not only for Ethiopia, for sub-Saharan Africa, we start rolling out different digital solutions, beginning electronic medical record, pharmacy management system, scheduling appointment, and also data analytics framework. But ultimately, as a company that is innovative, aggressive, looking into the future, we focused our intention and ideas around innovative, affordable, scalable solutions. Currently, we are in the pipeline of designing, developing, rolling out telemedicine to tackle some of the COVID challenge of distance, and also the digital marketplace in the works. Let me just quickly jump into what we've done so far. Currently, we are the first health tech firm that is under contract to work with Ministry of Health to be able to provide digital health system. We are currently rolling out in the government facilities. We are consulting the government around digital data management, around COVID and others. And then probably recently, some of the great achievements for our company, if I just go through quickly, we are selected as being one of the 5 companies out of 450 different startups to be able to scale up and spread our solutions in Kenya and Uganda. We are in the process of being matched with the right healthcare provider in these 3 different countries. We're also partnered with MasterCard Foundation, rolling out a digital innovation hub that will help recruit and incubate about 15 technology-driven digital companies in the coming year. And in a nutshell, we are focused in saving lives by way of utilizing, adapting, creating different digital solutions, and then empowering a community and society. Thank you very much. If you have any question, I'm here.
Thank you very much, Orbitel. Actually, before I proceed, can I get your good name, because I wasn't introduced to you when we were, earlier speaking with startups.
Sure. My name is Pazion Cherinet. I'm the CEO of Orbital's Solutions. It's a digital health company. Kandea is our global business development manager.
All right, great. So I'm pronouncing it right, Pazion. Pazion. Okay, right. Yes. Wow, very unique name. I like it. All right, great. So we will now proceed with our juries. Juries, may you please come on stage. And we will have Ms. Natalia ask the first question. Ms. Natalia, would you want to?
Sure. Pazion, first of all, thank you very much for this fantastic presentation, and indeed incredible growth in a very short time span when you actually started. So my question will be around funding. So I could see that based on the materials that we have, that you actually raised some funds before. Could you please share where you raised, who are the investors, and what's your current funding situation, and where you are looking to deploy those capital that you raise?
Yes, thank you. That's a very good question. So initially our company was bootstrapped, meaning that we invested. And then last year we raised a seed fund. The seed fund is actually raised from the US. We have 2 institutional investors, and then the rest are friend and family. That seed fund allowed us to actually launch some of our core product line in both private facilities and in public domain. And of course, now we are getting ready to expand what we do, and we're preparing to raise a Series A around January, February timeframe. And then that Series A will allow us to expand, to leverage our existing opportunity to expand within East Africa domain. And then we are going to explore in West African countries, but primarily in Kenya and Uganda, alongside with the World Bank program, will be rolling out more likely beginning December.
Excellent answer, because you also answered on the second question on your expansion plan. Well done. No questions from my side further.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Talia. We still have 4 minutes left. Dr. Fikade, would you like to proceed with the second question? Dr. Fikade?
Okay, thank you so much. Have you done some kind of market analysis related to the nation here in Ethiopia and elsewhere? And to what extent do you think that your proposal is acceptable in the nation?
Okay, that's a very good question. In fact, prior to rolling out our initial product, or what we call MVP, that's minimum viable product, we've done from survey, interview, pilot. Actually, we can cross-pollinate different numbers, different source of up to 500 data points from individuals, doctors, nurses, hospitals, clinics, and pharmacies, from Makale to all the way to Dredawa to in Adama and what have you. We also rolled out our initial product at St. Paul Hospital. That was our gateway to understanding the challenge, the burden of a country. And then from there, of course, now we're partnered with the government. It's because of our traction. Currently, we administer over 300,000 medical records of individual files through our system. But more importantly, we believe that this is the right time to bring technology, particularly to tackle society's problem. So the major validation is we constantly ask ourselves is, are we solving problem? Are we solving the right problem to the right people? Whether it's city dwellers or rural Ethiopia. And then of course, our advantage of bringing the global experience and then knowledge is we are able to look into beyond Ethiopia into this East African, Sub-Saharan Africa domain. And then I guess the result is kind of manifesting the partnership, the selection that we've had in these several countries. That also shows our existing tractions as well.
I hope he's answered your question, Dr. Fikade, because we will now proceed to the next jury. Professor Emilio, would you like to ask the third question? We have 2 minutes left. Professor Emilio, your microphone is off.
Is that okay? Better? Is better now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry for that. I was saying that, okay, thank you so much, Ndaya, for this amazing presentation. I think you said before that you had a previous funding for international, let's say, investors. Is that right? This is a question. The second question is, how much is the burn rate, the amount that you're, let's say, burning every month? Okay, and if you think what this round will cover, let's say, the next 12, 18 months of cash flows, future cash flows, and how many other finance rounds are you expecting to get, or are you expecting to call for potential investors?
I'm sorry. The first question, I didn't get the first question.
Yeah, the first question was, I don't know if you said that you got previous funding for other investors.
Yeah, Yes.
Because I think Natalia asked you about it.
Yes, previously we have a seed fund that we raised last year. That's from two institutional investment firms and other private investors. Our current burn rate is close to about 150,000 burn, which is kind of amounted to be about close to $5,000. But we have several projects. Some of the projects are directly paying to those specific deliverables. So they're not really touching our sort of cash reserve, but based on the current burn rate, we have about 7 months of runway. But we are also preparing for Series A that doesn't even consider the newer opportunity like winning the IFC contract to be able to go to different countries and be able to deliver our services. So the IFC contract, in aggregated sum, is $1 million pool. And that money will be allocated based on the contractual agreement we'll get into different providers, healthcare providers, hospitals, and clinics. So, but raising a Series A around January timeframe, we are anticipating to raise close to $3.5 million or above. And then that will allow us to actually not only expand within Ethiopia, but also position to expand. Thank you.
Okay,
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Emilio. Thank you, Orbitel, for your presentation. Your time is up. And juries, I would now request you to please go and proceed to evaluate Orbitel on the AIM portal. And you have 2 minutes to evaluate, and we will be back after the evaluation. Thank you very much, Orbitel.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have all the juries been able to score the startup? Is anyone facing any issues with regards to scoring? Okay, great. What we can do is we can proceed now to the next startup. Juries will be given time to reevaluate all the startups once the presentations are done, so not to worry about. The next startup now that we will be calling on stage is Makafil, and this will be presented by Theodros. Theodros, are you here? Yes, I can see you here. Do you have your presentation ready?
Yes, yes.
All right, great.
Can you hear me?
Great, perfect. All the best then. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay, can you see my screen? Hello? Can you
Yes,
all see
we
my
can.
screen? Okay,
Yes, we can.
thank you. Okay, thank you. So my name is Theodros. I'm the founder of Makafil. Makafil is an online car sharing marketplace that connects car rentals with travelers or users. It can be seen as the Airbnb of car rentals. So what are the problems we're solving? So there, on both sides of the platform, there are guests or car rental users and then hosts or service providers. So for guests, there is the problem of convenience, there's the problem of quality service, and also prices, because brokers and agents hike up prices by up to 30% or more. And then on top of that, they charge 15% VAT. For hosts, the problem is even bigger. They have cash flow issues. Payments are delayed. We're talking about months and not days. They get paid very late, and then they have no control over their businesses as to the conditions of contracts. And also they make less money as a result, because the intermediaries like brokers and agents take up to 30% and sometimes even up to 50% commission, which they do not disclose. Also, they do not have no direct market access. That means it's inconvenient. So the solution Makafil is bringing is it's bringing hope and solution to a broken sector market. It gives more control to car rental services providers. They get paid on time within 5 days. It's convenient. They get more market share by dealing directly with the end users. They make more money because they can set their own prices. And the values created for end users or travelers are, it's convenient. They can see in one place all the cars they're looking to rent. They have better options. There are many categories, makes, and models of cars to choose from. It's more reliable. There's a rating system. Plus, they're dealing directly with a service provider, and they get better prices, cheaper, because there are no intermediaries that hike up prices. Plus, private car rentals don't charge 15% VAT. So the market is pretty big. There are more than 2 years ago, more than 12,000 rental cars. We estimate as of today, it could be more than 22,000 rental cars, because new entrants are there. And there's new pro-technology government, tourism sector is getting a boost. Online payment system service provision has started with Visa CyberSource. It has started services with Abyssinia Bank. If you see the Middle East and Africa market size, it's an 81.6 billion USD market. And if you just take 4 African countries, by annual revenue is 360 million USD plus market. And we forecast we could make 1.15 million in revenue in 1 year, taking just 10% market share. So we already have some customer traction. We've been given some media coverage by over 10 popular media outlets recently. We've signed a 1-year contract with BJ Ethiopia, which is the largest producer of alcoholic beverages. We have another contract with EKT Ethiopia. They're pharmaceuticals producers and importers. And then we have more than 20 cars rented to individuals, over 500 cars listed on the platform. over 1,000 app installs and 700 and plus active users. And it's just been 2 months since we launched. And we are in talks with Coca-Cola to sign a deal to provide rental services. So the product is users can search by city, make, and model for cars to rent, and then they can book the cars and pay online. And then they can choose to ride with or without a driver. And our business model is that we take 10% commission from each trip, and taking an average fee of $4 from each trip. We estimate to make $4.6 million in revenue by 2022. And also we have plans to expand and scope into other geographies, African countries and Middle Eastern countries. And our market adoption strategies to create partnerships with hotels, airlines, tour agencies, NGOs, and etc. The competition, we are better because we are online and we are affordable. Our competitors are offline and more expensive. Plus, we're first to market, and we create invaluable value to our both users and car rental services providers. The team, I'm the right person to run this company, and I have my assistant, Misukur, who has extensive expertise in marketing and branding. I've been in this sector more than 3 years. I have a car rental company called Kota Car Rentals, and I understand the industry very well. So this is it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Theodros. Now the floor is open for Q&A. May I request the juries to come on stage? Mr. Henok, would you like to proceed with the first question?
Sure. Thank you very much for the precise, brief presentation. Actually, the question that I have is, it relates with maybe your business plan and maybe a market research. It relates with, the kind of the culture that we may have towards cars. As you know, cars are a kind of valuable assets in Ethiopia, and people tend to kind of, physically engage while they are renting their cars, and how do you plan to maybe overcome this trust issue when you replace the whole physical thing into virtual things? How do you plan to kind of get your customer segments to trust you?
Okay, awesome. So the biggest issue when it comes to trust is when we ask people to rent out their cars without drivers. With drivers, they have no trust issues because they're used to doing that. But without drivers, it's like you said, there are some trust issues. And we have already reached an agreement with United Insurance, which is a well-known big insurance company here, to give us 25%, even more discount to our customers so that they can get comprehensive vehicle insurance, and also that they will give us expedited personalized service like a personal desk. And also we can install GPSs. That's an optional option. It's not mandatory. So people can install GPS trackers, and now it's become mandatory to install speed limiters on cars. So they can install GPS trackers, and then, that means that takes the fear out because they can feel more secure, they're insured, and then they have more control. They know, plus we do preliminary checks to the renters, the users. We don't just give out the cars to anyone. We try to do some preliminary checks on our side to see if they're trustworthy. So this is the strategy we're using. Did I answer your question, right?
Thank you very much. Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, we have 4 minutes left. Professor Emilio, would you like to proceed with the next question?
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for this amazing presentation. I think it comes in the right moment. I would like to ask you how much is the you mentioned before, but you gave I think you gave a ballpark figure in numbers in US dollars.
Yeah.
In potential drivers, I mean, people, the young generations up to, senior people, do you have an amount of that market? Okay, potential drivers. And the other question is, which is the minimum, age in your country to drive a car?
Okay. Your voice was a little bit broken up.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but I cannot.
Yeah.
Anything else.
So I got the last question, but just the first one regarding the number of drivers. Could you tell me that again?
Yeah, let me try again. Okay. You mentioned you give numbers, but from the potential market, but basically provided the market size in US dollars.
Yeah.
Which would be the amount of potential drivers starting from young generations up to senior people? This is the one question. The other question is from which minimum age you drive in your country. It's just to calculate the market size.
Okay. So the minimum age in Ethiopia to drive is 18 and above.
Okay, yeah, right.
And then our target customer group is from 25 up to 65 years of age, middle income and higher. So people who have.
How difficult is to get a driver license in your country?
It's not very difficult. Yeah. Like for foreigners, maybe to convert, it's hard, but here it's not too difficult. If you're residing here, like for foreigners, they can drive 45 days without converting, but after 45 days, they have to convert, and that process can be a little bit, daunting.
Okay. And the amount that you are demanding, that you are requesting, is to launch the business. Is that correct?
Yes. No, that business is launched already, but to grow the business, to grow faster. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, I believe we have 1 minute left. So, Tewodros, excellent amount of information that you gave us. But we have, as a jury, we have a difficult question to assess is the profitability of the startups, which I understand that I know we know Uber is not profitable yet. So, but at least we need some clarity in terms of your profitability and where you are in terms of financing today.
Okay, awesome. So, like I said, with profitability, we've seen, early on very good traction. Like I said, we have just secured a deal with BGI. Ethiopia is the largest producer of alcoholic beverages here. They use rental cars, like a big fleet of rental cars. And then we have a 1-year contract. We have individuals interested. I know COVID, this pandemic season has put some toll on our business potential because if we had international travelers coming in, tourists and diasporas, we can scale easily. We can make a lot of money, we believe. So far, we're not burning a lot of cash. We've done some marketing on social media, Facebook ads mainly, and we've had some media coverage, and the result has been very promising. We're making some cash flow. We have some cash flow, and then we're running the business from the revenue we're gaining. So I see, because we've already built the application, and
I'm sorry. Sorry, unfortunately, the time is up, so we will have to proceed now with the scoring. Juries, you may now proceed to score McAfee on the AIM portal. Thank you so much, Tewodros, and all the best. And thank you very much, juries, for the feedback. I would now ask you to please go and score, and we will be back after scoring. Thank you very much. All right. I think we can now proceed to the next startup. I believe all the juries have scored. Emilio earlier was facing an issue. Emilio, have you been able to log into your profile?
Yes. Yes. I cannot have access. Sorry. I think there's an issue with my account.
Well, okay. Okay. I think one of my team members will be coordinating with you right now, trying to help you.
Yeah, because I don't know what's going on, to be honest.
Okay, because we were able to log in to your profile, but I think she will basically help you in terms of the technical aspects. Please check your WhatsApp for the same. All right?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you so much. All right, now we will proceed with the next startup. The next startup that we'll be presenting is Rohobot, and this will be presented by Ms. Ruth. Ms. Ruth, are you here?
Yes, yes.
All right, great. So the floor is yours and all the best.
Thank you. Thank you. So hello everyone, my name is Ruth Tesfaye. I am the operation assistant at Rohobot Home-Based Healthcare Service. Rohobot was established in 2017 to create a suitable environment for chronically ill and elderly patients. The problem that we are trying to tackle is the limitation of home-based healthcare providers in Ethiopia. This creates a burden on hospitals and families, as well as unnecessary cost on family members of the patient. Our solution is to provide an affordable home-based healthcare service and address patients' medical attention. This will decrease hospital burden so they can accept new patients. Also, we will decrease the burden of families so they don't have to stop their work and education to take care of their loved ones. So there are around 150 million people in Ethiopia, and 25% are elderly, 10% are chronically ill, and 35%, and nearly 35% require constant medical attention. And there are only 10 home-based healthcare providers in Ethiopia who currently. So we have two revenue streams, the nursing service and rental service. We have four types of packages, the 24-hour service, the day service, the night service, and the half day or the procedure. And on the rental service, we have different type of equipment like medical bed, suction machine, oxygen bottle, and wheelchair. So our competitive advantages are we provide a 24-hour service. We have continuous and well-trained health care providers. We provide medical equipment and life-sustaining materials. Also, we have continuous care by partnering with different hospitals and health centers. So our service include all nursing procedures and training for our healthcare providers. Our business model is business to customer. Our target customers are chronically ill patients, patients that need continuous medical attention, and patients' family. And our payment type is advance payment. Our structure is for currently we are providing this service for 20 people per day, and we have rendered 16,000 services from the start. And we have 30 employees under us, and our yearly revenue is $50,000. Our general manager and founder, Nebiat Demeka, was the laureate of Women in Africa 2019, and Rohobot has won the Renew Strategy competition in 2018. So our strength is working with partners to provide quality service. We have strong team that has taken different technical trainings, and we are working with Ministry of Innovation to digitalize our patient follow-up. Our weakness is limitation to access finance. Also, our opportunities are high demands of the service, and we are working with Ministry of Health to create and advocate a robot home-based in general home care. Our threats are the current instability of Ethiopia, political instability, and pandemic like COVID-19. So we are seeking for a funding of $50,000 with the funding where we aim to triple increase our service. And we are going to purchase medical devices and life-sustaining equipment. Also, to digitalize our follow-up, we are going to purchase tablets. So finally, our team is have our general manager and founder Nabiat Demeka and co-founder Absaga Demeka and 3 working advisory board and 2 key staffs. We impact with profits. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ruth. That was a great presentation. I would now request the juries to come on stage. Dr. Fekade, are you here? Dr. Fekade?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. I have a few questions. The first is, considering the entire population we have, how many of them will be eligible for your home tech service? The first one. I understand that you said 20% per day, but the point is how much you are asking for the service you are rendering, and is it really profitable as a whole? 3 things.
Yes, it is profitable. Actually, we have made in general up to, like I've said, the revenue is yearly $50,000 per year. So we ask our patients by dividing of the packages for the 24 hours, for the day, for the night. So also the pricing is different according to that.
The question is, considering the entire population we have, how many of them are in need of this home-based health service? This is the first one, and the second is how much you are asking per day, so that we can project the revenue you are collecting per year, let's say.
Okay, so the first question, to answer the first question, when we started the business, we did a mini research in hospitals and in the community. Then we have seen that there's a demand. There are at least 2 people per day that are being released from a hospital that are in need of a home care service. So the demand is there. And we, for the 24 hours, for the second question, for the 24-hour service, we actually from $25 to $30. We ask them and we charge.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Mr. Henok, do you have a question?
Yes, yeah. Thank you, the robot team, for your brief presentation. Maybe I have a couple of questions. Maybe the first one would be, are you currently operating only in the capital? And if you are, maybe can you take us through maybe your scaling like plans? And in terms of competition, maybe it relates with doctor, but the main reason that people choose to go to public hospitals is definitely cost. So what's your kind of offering for your customers, other than maybe quality, as you have mentioned?
Currently we are only working here in Addis Ababa, but we have a plan to go to regional countries like Adama, Bahar Dar, and Hawassa. But as I've said, our limitations or our traits are the political instability currently that we are having here in Ethiopia. And on your second question, on the cost, we are working with insurances to provide this service for the people who need the service but don't have the money to get it. So we are collaborating with different private organizations so they can use their social responsibilities with us, and we can use that through insurance to provide this service for people who cannot afford it but who need it.
All right. We still have 2 minutes left. Ms. Natalia, would you like to ask your question?
Sure, thank you. Ruth, first of all, fantastic job. It feels like you have gone through a multiple accelerator programs to pitch this way. So if it was an investment pitch, like definitely impressive. So can you please elaborate more on the competition? Because other startups like yourself growing in the country, and how, who are they? Give us a little bit more information about your competition.
So there are different businesses that are like us, and we are actually also working with them together, because 10 home-based healthcare service in Addis Ababa is not enough, literally not enough. It's so much, it's little. So we're trying also to initiate other home-based healthcare providers, so we can give this access to people in Ethiopia. So, and also we can grow to regional countries like Adama, as I've said.
So you're working on building the brand, right? So because then what's the difference, right? Why they would work with you? Because you are building the brand that is recognized by the people. So what's your competitive advantage comparing to others?
Our advantage competitors, our advantage is we train our healthcare providers. We train them with collaboration with Addis Ababa Medical College in Minik Hospital to take care of the patients after they are already graduated from their universities and colleges.
Thank you and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think that's about it. The time is over. We have only 30 seconds left. So I think we will now proceed with the scoring. I would request all the juries now to please go and proceed Robot, and we will come back in 2 minutes for the next startup. Thank you very much. We will now proceed to our fourth startup. The next startup that's coming on stage is Debo Engineering, and this will be presented by Boaz. Boaz, are you here?
Hello.
Yes. We can
Yes.
see your slide and we can hear you and see you. All the best, Boaz.
Okay, thank you. Hello, my name is Boaz Brano. I'm the co-founder of Debo Engineering. Debo Engineering is working for achieving food security in Ethiopia and Africa by increasing crop productivity. In order to achieve this, Debo Engineering is creating a fast and accurate machine learning algorithm that will detect and monitor the plant disease detection, plant diseases, which will be deployed in mobile application, desktop application, and mobile web servers. We know crop disease is creating a big amount of crop loss in the world, in Africa and in Ethiopia. According to the information from FAO and World Health, 35% of crop worldwide is lost due to crop disease. In numbers, it's $120 billion. The same is true in Ethiopia. Imagine you feeling difficulty while swallowing. You may go to the doctor and the doctor may tell you this is tonsil. When you see this, this is a coffee disease which affects the number one export item of Ethiopia, coffee. It's called coffee blight. But by seeing this, we don't have that much knowledge of identifying which disease is this. So Debo Engineering provides a solution for processing, detecting and displaying the result of plant diseases, which is displayed in their leaf using mobile application, store application, and website. And it also recommends, after detecting the disease, it also recommends the appropriate actions that should be taken for that disease. And in addition to this, the application automatically reports that disease to the respective authority so that people can know which disease happened in which area. We have used a powerful machine learning computing cloud service platform, which is provided by Microsoft. We use large amount of data set and we are able to classify 24 mostly occurring diseases Ethiopia with an accuracy of 99.6. Our desktop application have image processing unit in addition to deep learning analysis. It also shows, as you can see here, it shows the mitigation they should have to take for that specific disease. Our mobile application is installable. It supports 4 Ethiopian local languages so that illiterate people can understand the type of disease. It also gives a voice assistance, so that it speaks it reads the plant, the disease that is detected in voice for disabled peoples and illiterate peoples. And like I said, it has reporting features. We believe we have a great market opportunity in Africa, East Africa, and in Ethiopia. We all know Ethiopia is planning to plant 20 billion plants until 2024. Those plants are mostly planted in rural areas. So people living in rural have their own smartphone, so they can use their smartphone to detect what happened to their plant and do the appropriate action. It will help the knowledge gap of this. We know that there's a large amount of extension workers who are working in collaboration with the farmers. So in Ethiopia, around there are 61,000 extension workers, farmers. So they can be our market opportunities. They can use our mobile application. We have been the following interaction since 2018. We have been selling desktop application, mobile application for rural farmers, local farmers, and commercial farmers found in our area. We believe a strong and creative team is a key for the success of a company. So we have both experts in plant disease and deep learning from 2 universities, 2 mostly known universities in Ethiopia. And me myself is a researcher in deep learning, and my friend Jeremiah, CEO of Debo Engineering, he has a master's degree in process finance and project management. We are providing the drone with this amount of salary, the mobile application, desktop application. We provide the drone for image collection and giving a spray for that specific disease that has been identified. Our competitor is found in South Africa. It's called Aerobotics. They provide monitoring of growth, but we are different from them. We design fast machine learning algorithm. We provide the mobile application in different language. We have been named as best agri-tech startup in 2019 from Ethiopia. Also, we have been the winner of Best Africa 2020, which is organized by Microsoft. We represent Ethiopia from 9 countries, and we have been represented. And thank you. Please let us make food first.
Thank you very much, Boaz. A very interesting presentation. I would now open the floor for the juries to ask questions. Professor Emilio, are you here? You may proceed with the floor.
I'm here. Let me open my video camera. 1 second. Hold on. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Thank you, Boaz, for this amazing presentation. You said the total market is Africa, not only Ethiopia. Is that correct?
Yes, Africa.
Okay.
East Africa.
Okay. So how do you think about the scalability of your business? Because I think you are in the early stage, situation, but it's good to have these sort of, targets in your business plan. For this funding round, this will give you, let's say, how many months of cash flows, to go to the next level, because the amount that you are raising now is for the early stage situation of your startup. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the scalability of the business in other countries, and which would be your next country to move forward? Okay. I'm thinking big, because your idea is quite interesting.
Yeah, but thank you very much. Like I said, Ethiopia is not only planning to those 20 billion only in Ethiopia, it's also planning to plant to the surrounding countries, especially Kenya, Somalia, Djibouti, Eritrea. So those countries, like I say, the only competitors are found in South Africa, and we are expanding our system to detect crops that are happening in neighboring countries with the help of the plant disease experts from Jimma University. So we are going to include the crops that are the crop diseases that are commonly happening in Kenya, so that the farmers in the commercial farmers or rural farmers living in Kenya can use our system. So by doing this, we are going to scale the system to reach to the neighboring countries. So since it's an Android application, it have an English language feature, so they can install that application and they can use it for their own farm. And mostly the type of crops that are produced in East Africa are mostly common. Maize are produced in Kenya, also in Ethiopia. Coffee, the most important thing, the #1 export item of Ethiopia, is also planted in Kenya. And so those similarities has a great market opportunity for us, so that people can use our system. And for the scalability, with this enhancement, it's easily scalable. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Clear.
Thank you very much. Natalia, would you like to ask the next question?
Sure. Thank you, Boaz, for this fantastic presentation. So my question is a little bit building what Emilio was saying is, when you think about expanding to other market or country, Kenya, you name it. So what's the mechanics of this? Who are your partners there? By expansion, what do you mean? Which institutions, which organizations you need to bring on board for your business in order to enter the market?
Okay, good question. We need their agricultural ministers' help from their countries, because we need some data from them also. So they will be, we will be in, since we are working in great collaboration with Ethiopian agriculture minister and also a plant disease experts from 2 different universities. So they should be the main help for us. And also we need, like we say, we have a language feature for our mobile application. So we need to integrate their local language. So we need that expert also. Other than this, since this application is a cloud service, there's no contact between them and us unless the drone rental service. The mobile application, the web app through the web service, they get our application and they can use it. As long as they use it, in order to, for the payment system, we also need to work with their local telecom system, because we are receiving payment through Ethio Telecom airtime, because there's no online transaction here. That's what we are using. Whenever someone installs his phone in their for the application form. It asks them to give that much amount of dollars so they can need to work through it. So
do you work with do you work with co-ops, with agriculture cooperatives in the country?
Definitely. We are working with Jimma Institute of Agricultural Institute here. It's a great big institution. You can find us on their website, their Jimma universities. We are working with them. And Haromaya University also. We are working with Haromaya University.
Thank you, Boaz, and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think that's about it because we have 30 seconds left. So yes, now the time is up. So now I would request all the juries to please go and evaluate Debo Engineering. Thank you very much, Rawaz. All the best. Great presentation. And thank you very much, juries, for your feedback. We will now come back in about 2 minutes after the evaluation. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we can now proceed to the next startup. Juries, if you've done scoring, you can just please put done in the chat box. All right, the next startup that is going to be coming on stage is TechtoNet, and this will be presented by Nati. Nati, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great. Can you please share your screen?
Okay, sure. Just one second.
Sure. Okay, great. We can see it. All the best.
Hi, my name is Nathan Elubet, and I'm the CTO of TechtoNet. We are Ethiopian startup, and we are focused on transport systems. We are working with Transport Minister of Ethiopia, and we are providing solutions. And our solution we have now is based on ticket system on buses that goes from city to cities. And the main idea of this is to have a contactless ticket system based on internet, and we will see. So what is TKT? TKT is our current product on e-ticket system, and it works on application form, and it is its goal is to have a contactless and paperless ticket system for buses. Our goal is to make accessible for everyone and 24 hours, because our ticket system currently is with ticket offices, and these ticket offices are contactful and works on only for 9 hours, and our online system is worked for 24 hours, and we have a payment system integrated and so on. So this is online platform and application too, and they have multiple way of using. You can use it with phones. If you don't have smartphone, you can call us to our call centers, and we have a desktop application, Android application, iOS application, and web application also. So it's accessible for everyone. Why we choose this is, as I said before, to provide services with 24 hours, and to make this system from home or from office or even from another country. If you are traveling to Ethiopia, you can book your travel when you are outside the country, and because it works on internet, you can pay with dollars and Visa, like credit card or MasterCard. This is our goal. And the problem we currently have is it was old and expiring system of tickets, because it's a paper, and paper from global warning perspective is not selected, and because it's can be expired, and we also think we made a modern digital technology to avoid contacts, waste times and processes. And also on the way, we made a financial income and profit for us and the public and the agencies, for the bus agencies. Our solution for this is an effective usage of which grows exponentially over time, because transport is growing in exponential way all over the world, and it will grow. There's no way it will stop. The world will become one, and our platform isn't only targeted for Ethiopia. It's a platform that can be used in every country based on their policies. However, our revenue system is different from country to country. Our current revenue system in our country is based on service charge. We agreed on this with Transport Minister of Ethiopia. And if another countries, we plan to make revenue from ads based on the country policies. And another, our solution is well managed and automated way of service, affordable quality service. That's our solution. Our target market is, the first one is ticket price point. It means service charge, and we charge this because we are given a service. For example, if I want to have a ticket for a bus on our current system, I have to go to the ticket office. So I have this transport money. So this money is just even lower than that, is 5 Ethiopian birr for one ticket. And another is online advertisements. We have ads based on the country. We don't have ads in Ethiopia because we have service charge revenue. But if we don't make service charge revenue on another country, we make ad revenues and accessories. Like we have these magazines for the buses called Afrobyte. The magazine is called Afrobyte. Like on Ethiopian airline system, that's the very same thing. We are in Ethiopia, in Igarji. We have a website. We are a team of 7 people, 7 experts. We are developers and market analysts, and we invest ourselves until now and crowd funds. That's our way of invest. We raised a capital of 500,000 Ethiopian birr. And thank you.
Mr. Nafi, yes, thank you so much. Your time is up.
Yes.
We will now open the floor for questions from the juries.
Okay, I'm done now. Any questions?
Yes, yes, thank you so much. Mr. Henok, would you like to proceed with the first question?
Sure. Thank you very much, Tectonit. Maybe I have some questions. The first one would be maybe financial. Maybe since you are currently operating, how well are you doing when it comes to making profits? And what is your value-added service? Because there are a couple of companies that are also operating on ticketing. And how do you plan to overcome those competitions? And maybe what's your value addition on this? Maybe if you could address these questions.
Well, our current value, we didn't launch it, but we have this connections and deals with bus agencies and the Transport Minister of Ethiopia. And our deals with bus agencies are currently 4 agencies, and those 4 agencies have 7 buses each. And these 7 buses have 70 people every day, moving 70 people every day. So our business plan is based on our current budget. Our current budget is we funded ourselves from another saving from ourselves, and we are starting crowdfunding right now. We just started this crowdfund from this year, and we are about to launch this year. And this is our current business model of revenue. But launching on another countries, we can't make a service charge, so our revenue will be adverts, Google Ads. So is that your questions?
Actually, no. My question was related with competitors. Maybe how do you plan to overcome the competitors that you have currently operating in the market?
Well, we have competitors, but our current competitor was on a plane ticket system, and it's been made. I use planes, for example, with agents and online booking, but we don't have this on buses, and we already make a deal with Transport Minister of Ethiopia, and that's how we overcome. And we already registered this 4 bus agencies, and we are already signed up on them, and we can work with them. That's how we overcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, another questions?
Any other questions? Dr. Fikade yes, Natalia, I think would like to proceed.
Sure, thank you. One question, if this project will get slow and you don't get the market traction, what other projects are in your portfolio that you're building right now?
Well, other projects we are building is based on also transport system, and it's for traffic systems. This traffic system is for driving license, because most people forget their driver license from their home, but this is will be for online system, and traffics can see the person on their phone or online, because if you don't have it, the license in his hand, it will be okay, and they can check it on online. And the second is they can see it if the driver license is valid or invalid, or if it expires, and it gives an alert. This is our current projects.
Is it the product that you intend to sell to the road and transportation authorities, to the government? Who is the customer for that for the second product?
Well, this one, TKTA, is the customer will be the public and the bus agencies. The both will have a profit. Also, will have a profit. But this traffic system will be for traffics for the government. We are working with the government on this one. But what I presented on now is for the public use. If they want to travel from country to country, that's for the public.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We still have 1 more minute left. Would any jury like to ask a question? Emilio?
I would like to ask you, sorry, I'd like to ask a question about the profitability of the business. How long would it take until to get profit or make profits in your business? I'm talking about a time horizon, right? So in how long would it take to reach the break-even point in your business? 2 years, 1 year, 3, 5 years? Assuming the competition, okay? Assuming the competition you will face, because the competition is quite important as well. Please continue.
Okay, we have the data that there are too many people moving in every day. So we currently starting with 1,000 people or 1,000 tickets. That's about 400,000 Ethiopian birr. So we get this profit from day one, because we get service charges and this advert revenues. Because this service charge, we get 5 birr in each tickets. So it's going to be from day one, but this service charge will be for the growth of the company. It means if we sell 1,000 tickets today based on 400,000 Ethiopian birr we have, the next day we will buy another tickets for $500,000, and this will grow exponentially till we hit the limit. And when we made the analysis on this, we will hit the limit on 1 year only. So the next revenue will be for our company revenue.
All right, I think that's it. The time is up. So I would now request all the juries to please go and score TechONet. Thank you very much, Nati. All the best. Great presentation.
Thank you.
We will now come back after the scoring within 2 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
think we will now proceed to the next startup. The next startup that is going to be presenting is from Icon Africa. Icon Africa, and this will be presented by Izzadeen Kamil. Izzadeen? Izzadeen, are you here? Mr. Izzadeen? Okay, I think we will have to skip him and probably ask him to present in the last. So instead, we will now proceed to the next startup, that is Unlimited Systems, and this will be presented by Ms. Yarom. Ms. Yarom, are you here? Ms. Yarom? Ms. Yarom, I can see you that you're online, but can we have you come on stage? Okay, I think there's some technical difficulties going on for Ms. Yarom as well. All right, then I think we'll have to proceed to the last startup, Dr. Wuleta. Dr. Wuleta, who will be presenting La Libella Networks. Dr. Wuleta, are you here?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you and we can see you. So the floor is yours and you may share your screen now. Thank you very much.
Let me just... Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for this invitation to present. My name is Dr. Wuleta Lamma. I'm the CEO and founder of La Libella Networks PLC, which is a social enterprise working in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. Our company was created to solve a huge problem in Ethiopia, which is a medical record system issue, an effective medical record, but also our mission is to bring an effective pipeline between the patient, the doctor, and the clinics in Ethiopia and wider Africa. So who am I? I'm a 54 years young in heart passionate dreamer that believes that having a secure, continuous medical record is a human right. And I'm also a believer that even the poor should be guaranteed when visiting a clinic or hospital in our continent, a continuous medical record. I'm also a believer that clinicians need to effectively treat their patients a continuous and secure medical record. I'm a doctor of tropical medicine and public health. I've been working with the government of Ethiopia for the last 16 years, working on public health, digital health, and I've been directing different programs around the world on the concept of public health and digital health. 3.5 years ago, my colleagues and I, we started a company called La Libella Network PLC. We are people who have worked with the government producing enterprise systems in digital health. And we came together because we saw two problems that over the years, in the last 10 years, that needed to be solved for digital health to expand and scale up in Ethiopia, but also in Africa. So one of the problems that we solve with our system is paper. This is paper record in a typical hospital clinic in Ethiopia, where a piece of you, piece of me, a piece of our loved ones is contained, or is where the records are stored. And so in some places it is different from others. So we are trying to solve two problems. One, how to digitize medical record, but the other big problem in the last 10 years we noticed is something like this. There are so many forms that are being produced at facilities in the pediatrics, in the emergency, in pharmacy, so many forms, and forms change. So we wanted to produce a very effective system, disruptive system, that can follow the workflow of the doctors and the nurses. But not only that, but that is very flexible. In Africa and in Ethiopia, you don't have IT professionals at facility level, programmers. So you have to make it very flexible that the doctor, the nurse, with little minimum change, minimum knowledge of IT, they can change it. And we achieved that. Basically, to explain to you, what we did was we created the Singer machine of EMR. So you can see here Taylor, which is all over Africa and Ethiopia also. You can come and ask him for a dress or a trouser or whatever. He can create. The Singer machine doesn't care what you need. So what we created is we made it so easy that any doctor, any clinic can change it without programming knowledge. Just to show you, few weeks ago, because of the COVID, we created a COVID system in 1 week for a major hospital in Ethiopia.
Password. The system takes us to our initial assigned date, which is determined by role-based security. For now, we are going to see the COVID-19 triage rate. The COVID-19 triage rate is used to assess patients' clinical status of their COVID-19 using comorbidities, mobility, or breathing, and different vital signs.
We created, so this hospital that we'll be working had a full medical record system that we use, ABBY, but in the government asked them just like that, within 2 weeks time, every patient have to go out and they have to be a COVID hospital. And they ask us, we need a COVID module urgent. If it was a legacy system, it would have been impossible for us to do that. But because we have the Singer machine, we can create it with 1% in 1 week. In Africa, the healthcare market is very big. It's around last year, $35 billion and anticipated to grow to 62 billion. We looked at the market and we did an analysis. In Ethiopia alone, last year, there were 88 million outpatient visits. For each visit that the population pays from around 70 cents to $8, and in Africa, it can go to $15 per visit. This is only for the outpatient. And if you add the inpatient and others, a person can spend up to $15, $10 to $15 all over.
Dr. Willetta, I'm sorry, but unfortunately your time is up. And we will now have to proceed with the juries asking you questions. Juries, the floor is yours. You may now proceed with your questions. Dr. Fakade, would you like to proceed with the first question?
Okay, thank you so much. Well, I have a question. So can I assume that what you have developed is a kind of ecosystem that will help our hospitals and health centers to have a kind of record management system? Is that what you have?
No, what we developed actually is more than record management system. It has pharmacy, lab, outpatient, inpatient, medical record, everything that a hospital needs from a patient getting into the hospital till the patient gets out of the hospital. So it digitize the whole hospital, health center, or community clinics.
So
system that is complete.
Rephrase it as saying, is it a kind of health ecosystem?
Yes.
So that anyone can subscribe and use it?
Not subscribe. Our business model is SaaS, but anyone, if they like our EMR, the whole, like you said, the whole ecosystem, they can use. But if they don't want, they can build it themselves without knowing, without having any programming knowledge. Okay. And it's multilingual, in many languages.
Good. The second one is, I assume that you have done a kind of market analysis and stakeholder identifications. Who are the stakeholders other than the Ministry of Health and others? And what would be your model so that you will have a kind of profit at the end of the day? How much you are collecting now and what would be your forecast for the end of the year?
We have already started implementing our system in 4 hospitals. We have already digitized 1.2 million records, and we have already sold licensing base to our hospital. But going forward, we are working to do SaaS based because the government and the clinics, private and and also the public clinics each patient pay for a paper. Like I said, from 70 cents to around $10 per visit. So our model is going to be SaaS, but we have already sold, we have already implemented in 4 major hospitals, and recently, a week ago, to one of the major COVID hospitals in Ethiopia, in Addis.
Okay, thanks.
Do we have any other questions? We still have 3 minutes left.
Yeah, myself, I'm a leader.
Yes, please.
I have 2 questions. Doctor, thank you so much for your amazing presentation. It's quite interesting because you are digitalizing a sector that currently is not. You hear me well, Doctor?
It's breaking a little, but please go on.
Yeah, no, just I was saying that thank you so much for this amazing presentation because you are digitalizing a sector that currently is not. So the potential of it is quite interesting. At the same time, has a big social impact because you are reducing the paper in the market. So my question here, have you approached to like a foundations for like, for example, Rockefeller Foundation or other non-profit organizations to back you with this business? Because I know from the fact that most of them are very keen about, healthcare solutions like your company. This is my question. The second question is, I think I didn't get very well the amount that you are seeking. Could you please elaborate it a bit more?
Okay, thank you for your question. On the first question, actually, we have not gone to foundations, but we are working with Microsoft. Microsoft would like to put our system so that many countries in different languages in Africa can use it. And our system is ready to be in the Microsoft marketplace. We are asking 200,000 because we have built the system. We are generating funds, but now we are moving very fast to SaaS. And the money that we need is we built the facility system. We are now working on the patient system, so that and multilingual and multi-tenancy, so that many hospitals at the same time anywhere in Africa can use it. So we need around 200,000 to scale it up very fast. We want to scale up to 5,000 hospitals in 5 years and 40 million outpatient visits in 5 years.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We still have, we have 30 seconds left, unless anyone has a quick question with a quick answer.
Maybe let me a quick question. Thank you very much, Dr. Ulata. My question is maybe in terms of your value proposition, because as far as I'm concerned, there are like the hospitals that are currently operational, maybe government, even private, have computer-based systems. That means you have competitors. So what's your like kind of proposition in your strategy to take competitive advantage?
Thank you. So we have been supporting the government. We actually helped them to develop an electronic medical system, the largest Ethiopia produced in the last 10 years. But one of the biggest problem we saw was it wasn't flexible. So I believe we can, not only in Ethiopia, but we can also expand it to Africa, because doctors, nurses, clinics need a flexible system that they can change. For example, we had an emergency module, very well done, in Addis Ababa in a big hospital. When we took it to Bahar Dar, the Bahar Dar doctors wanted to follow their workflow. In a bigger system, legacy system, you cannot do. But because of our Singer machine, they can. We train not even somebody who has an IT degree, and he started developing for them pediatrics and other modules. So I really believe we are very unique in Ethiopia, not only in Ethiopia, but in Africa, because of this flexibility, in addition to making it digitized. That is, maybe, I think, a value.
Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor. But wouldn't that be a problem if they are like kind of developing a system, or they are going to pay for that customization?
So basically what we did was, there is an engine. We have developed 500 forms. If you want to use our pediatric form, you can. But if you say that, no, on the right side, I want the BP or the weight on the left side, that's how I ask my patient, or the history to be on the first page, you can modify it also. It doesn't change the data in the end.
Okay, sorry to cut you, Dr. Willetta, and thank you, Mr. Henoch, for your last questions. The time is up, and we will now have to ask the juries to proceed for scoring Lalibela Global Networks. Thank you very much, Dr. Willetta. A great presentation, and all the best. Thank you, juries, for your feedback. You can now go ahead and score the startup, and we will be back in 2 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, I think we can now proceed to the next startup. I think all the juries have scored. Now, the next startup that's going to be coming on stage is Unlimited Systems, and this will be presented by Jerome. Jerome, are you here?
Hello?
Jerome?
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Is your connectivity good?
I guess so.
All right, no problem. You can share your screen now.
Okay, is my presentation
yes
shared?
See you. Good.
Is my presentation on?
Actually, for me, your screen is freezed. Unless anybody else can. Unless someone from the juries can see your screen. If anyone can just give me a heads up if they can see.
No, no. Wait. Oh, it just came now.
Okay, great. We can see your screen. You can now proceed, and all the best.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jerome, and I'm from Unlimited Systems. This proposal is based on my personal experience. I've passed through an unexpected journey of high-risk twin pregnancy and an emergency situation. Last March, which was during the Corona or COVID-19 pandemic. So during that time, when I gave birth, the medical center that I was in was not working, was not providing essential health services because their neonatal care unit was closed because the pediatricians and gynecologists were in quarantine. So because of that, one of my twins, my son, was in an emergency situation. And at that time, I understood the usefulness of information or consulting, how access to basic or essential health services is very important for pregnant women or mothers in general. So now I understand that many women in Ethiopia are facing the same problem, and due to such kind of lack of such information, there is high mortality and infant or neonatal death in our country. And so the basic causes of such problem is delays in emergency situations or delays in reaching to the health facility centers and other issues as well. And in addition to that, Corona or COVID-19 has made the situation worse, and it has left every woman, every mother, every pregnant woman behind because of the social distancing and other issues. So my idea or the proposal is to provide a telehealth artificial intelligence consulting service using a mobile or a computer to reduce maternal and neonatal or child death in Ethiopia by providing valid and useful information. Uh, So in Ethiopia, many people are using internet or mobile, and it is widely used. And people are spending 6 or 7 hours on their mobile using social medias and others. But the problem is the health service or the health sector is still underdeveloped. So we can combine this sideline issues and we can come up with a solution. So So the idea is this one. So the pregnant woman will register online, and there will be a medical support staff which can provide any any medical assistance to the pregnant woman during her pregnancy or afterwards, during corona or after the aftermath of corona. That's the main solution that we believe that we can provide. So there is no such service provider in Ethiopia, and we believe that it's one of its kind, and it's convenient, reliable, and uh, that's what we believe. Thank you, shukran, and I'm Harif Amasaganando.
Thank you very much, Jerome. I would now request the juries to please come on stage and ask your questions. Ms. Natalia, would you like to proceed with the first question?
Sure, thank you. Jeroen, thank you very much. And obviously you're at the very early steps of your entrepreneurial journey. And from our experience, we could say that the most fantastic businesses are built on the personal experiences and coming from the personal needs. And you're obviously onto something. But can you please walk us through in terms of the resources, both the human resources, how you build your team right now around your business idea, and in terms of finding the resources, be it a grant program or bootstrapping to fund the pilot project for this business?
Okay.
Okay, Jeroen, let's start with the people. So do you have people working with you on this idea?
Yes, I do have a team of software developers and a medical, like pediatrician, gynecologist, and general practitioners in my team. And I'm also, my background is in business development, like in business administration. So I do have a high caliber and like multidisciplinary team of people that can come up with a team.
Okay, so this solution, do you have already the mock-ups and prototype?
Not yet. It's just an idea, idea generation. At that age, it's at the idea generation stage.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Thank you, Jeroen, and good luck.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Do we have any other juries who would like to ask questions? Mr. Hema?
Yeah, I would like to, 1 second. I'm going to put my headsets again. The presentation. I would like to understand a bit better about the full amount that you are looking for. Okay, how much are you looking for, and the breakdown of that amount that you will be allocated in different, I guess, to launch the prototype or just to develop the business, marketing, and so on. Could you please, elaborate a bit more about it?
Okay, so our cost in total is around $30,000. 30,000.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we do have
and that's what you are looking for, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, 30.
It will be okay. So it will be in for expense of business analysis, development costs, project management costs, quality assurance, and application publishing, and other designing and other costs. It's the cost breakdown as well as marketing and advertising.
Okay. What about the competition? Do you have an idea about the other competitors that you have in the market, if any?
we don't have any artificial intelligence based digital marketing service, like medical service in Ethiopia. It's just face-to-face consultation, which is very expensive somehow and time-taking. So we wanted to be modern and less costly for, as well as safe for pregnant women during this time.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emilio. Dr. Ficade, would you like to ask a question? We still have 1 minute left.
Yes. Well, a few things. The first is, who are your stakeholders? I know there are quite few service providers working on call center-based consultation. So comparing your approach against them, what makes you different? And the third is concerning affordability. If you consider your solution, to what side your solution would be more affordable compared to, again, the call center-based service provision? Thank you.
So what makes us, this idea is innovative because it is based on consultation with by sharing any information. Like the call centers provide like toll service, like by charging some amount with Ethio Telecom, charging some amount, while we provide service using not only audio, but by sharing data, or what do we call information. For example, if it is an image or ultrasound photo or something, we can share such kind of services. We can share such kind of data to our with our patient, as well as we can prescribe some medications based on the medical records that we use. But this call service is only with using audio, but this one uses images and others as well.
Yes, thank you very much, Ms. Yarom. Your time is up, so we will now have to ask the juries to please proceed with the scoring. Juries, please proceed now with the scoring. And this is actually the last startup that will be presenting for the day, because Icon Africa isn't here. So yes, Unlimited Systems is the last startup for today. So please proceed for scoring the startup, and then we will be back on again. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
So like I said, that was the final presentation from Unlimited Startups for today. And we have now come to the end of the pitching session for today's competition. So we will now take a quick break while our jury members and organizers tally up the final overall scores for the competition. The overall winner and national champion for Ethiopia will be announced after reviewing the scores for all the participants. So please stay tuned until the end of the event today. And also, startups, this is just a quick note for you guys to remember. Should you not win the competition today, you will still have the opportunity to be featured at AIM, and that is through Global Tech. The Global Tech competition has been completely conceptualized by Microsoft. So please feel free to drop us a message or give us a call to let you know how you can participate for this competition. All right, so we're gonna proceed with the competition. Yes, as you can see, this is what's being shared on our screen. The post for the Global Tech competition. So please feel free to drop us a message or give us a call to know more in terms of how can you still feature at AIM. All right, I remember Mr. Fikade had a question. Okay, Dr. Fikade, did you have a question? Because I see you had raised your hand. Dr. Fikade?
No, I don't have a question. I lowered it, in fact. It was raised before.
All right, no problem then. So we're gonna go now proceed to seeing the overall scores for all the startups. So juries, if you feel you need to go and review your scores again, you can do so now. All right, we will be back in some time. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the closing segment of the Ethiopia chapter of the AIM Startups Virtual Pitch Competition. We will now invite all the jury members back on stage for the announcement of the winner. And now for the much awaited moment. Overall, I think we had a very competitive pool of contestants today, and all the participants were amazing in their own way. And they all have demonstrated the respective strengths and unique propositions in the sectors they operate in. Without further ado, are we ready to know the overall winner for the Ethiopia chapter for AIM Startups Virtual Pitch Competition? Can we have the screen shared for the Ethiopia champion?
Are we missing? Is there a missing presenter, or is that it?
Well, I think there's just I think that there should just be drum rolls. So the Ethiopia champion for the AIM Startups Virtual Pitch Competition is Makafadel. Am I pronouncing it right though? It's Makafel. So Makafel is the startup champion for Ethiopia. Is Makafel here? Is Makafel here? Is he here to Theodros? Are you here? Do you know that you're the champion? Can you hear us?
He's on.
Okay,
Yes.
hey, I can hear you. Yes, I'm very excited.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And we are now proud to have you represent Ethiopia at the final AIM 2020 Global Startups Champion League at AIM Digital this year. With that in mind, thank you once again to all the jury members, contestants, and members of the organizing team for being a part for today's competition. AIM team and the UAE Ministries of Economy would like to express our sincere gratitude and appreciation to the co-organizers, Dubai Chamber of Commerce Ethiopia, Dubai Startup Hub, Ethiopian Ministry of Innovation and Technology, and Entrepreneurship Development Center for the opportunity to host the Ethiopia chapter of the AIM Startups Virtual Pitch Competition. The annual investment meeting is still scheduled to take place in the fourth quarter, as I'd mentioned earlier, on October 20th till the 22nd. So for any further details and updates on latest developments regarding the platform, please stay tuned to www.aimcongress.com. For everyone's information, a replay of today's event will be made available on the Annual Investment YouTube channel in due course. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining us today, and may you all have a great weekend for people in Dubai, and may you all have a great day. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations, Mark.
Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Really, thank you, all of you.
Congratulations.
Well done,
David.
everybody.
Thank you. So I have a question.
Teddy.
Yes.
I think everybody's logging off, so you can call me if you have questions.
Okay. Thank you. I will.